What we're going to do is take a look at the triple constraint and how it's influenced by other aspects of a project. Most of you have probably heard throughout your career things that constrain projects include time, cost, and scope. So if we look at the triangle with time as well as cost, time would represent the schedule of your project, cost would represent the budget of your project, and then of course we have the scope. Every single project manager needs to understand the essentials for starting their project. These three are the basic constraints, the major constraints of all projects. However, they are influenced by quality. They're also influenced by risk, and they're influenced by resources. When we look at all of these, time, cost, and scope, as well as quality, risk, and resources, we find ourselves in a predicament where we're having to constantly juggle. When you start a project, most project managers look at the basics of time, cost, and scope, and they begin to work. What they have not taken into account is the differential between what is expected, which is represented by our blue triangle, as well as what the reality is. When the project moves forward, the reality might be represented by our green triangle, and as you can see, there is a variation between the blue and the green triangle. The project manager may not realize his or her job is basically to make sure they anticipate the difference, the variation or the delta between what is expected, the blue triangle, and the reality of your green triangle. You must always be able to anticipate the difference between expectations as well as the reality of delivering the project. And this is where the challenge comes in for project managers. As a PM, you will need to balance out this delta or variance between those two. Let's get started.